So imagine starting with just 30 bucks. Not 30 grand, just 30. Now, what if I told you that same $30 turned into 200K? Sounds insane, right? But that's exactly what happened. It didn't blow up overnight though. I'm talking small wins at first. $50, $100 here and there, then a few bigger ones, $400, $700, until I was pulling in $4,000 per trade. But hey, it wasn't all green wins. I still remember that brutal $950 loss early on. That one hit hard, almost knocked me out of the game. Luckily, I still had enough left in my account to keep going, and I'm glad I did. Now this is where things get really interesting. Each of these lines represents a single trade I took during that 2-month grind. The curvy paths show how each trade moved. Sometimes steady, sometimes all over the place. Every line tells a story. This green dot, that's the highest profit the trade reached, the moment where I could have catch out big. And this red dot, that's the lowest it dipped, the pain point. Some of these look like disasters halfway through, down hundreds, but I held on, trusted the strategy, and most of the time that paid off. You will also notice the dotted lines. Those are my Forex trades. The rest, binary options. Green means the trade was a win, red, a loss, white, break even. And yeah, see this white line with the $1,200 green dot? That trade had the potential to make over $1,000, but I missed it and walked away with zero. The blue lines, those are the Forex trades. Many of them could have made way more if I held longer. Yellow, Forex losses. And I'm not proud of them, but you notice most of them could have been worse. And the orange lines, those are binary trades I closed before expiration, playing it safe. It's not just about how much you made, it's about the risk you were willing to take to get there. Now, let me break down the two types of trading I used in this journey: Forex and binary options. I trade both. Why? Because the strategy I built works on both with just a few small tweaks. By the way, this part will help some of you who have already accessed my course, are using my strategy, and they want to trade both Forex and options. For example, when I'm trading Forex using what I call my fast, simple setup, I just adjust a few numbers. I drop the MACD fast period from 20 to 12, set the slow period to 32, and leave the signal line at 10. For Parabolic SAR, I change the acceleration step from 222 to 322 and keep the acceleration max at 0.22. RSI, I already discussed this in episode 3 chapter 5 from my course, because as you know the values change when the market volatility changes. And finally, Bollinger Bands stays the same for both trading styles. So that's it. Tiny changes, but they make a big difference. Now, for binary options, especially when I'm using chart patterns, I'm hunting for patterns that look similar or even identical to the ones I've already collected in my strategy library. With Forex though, it's a bit more advanced. I can't just look for any pattern. I have to know exactly which one to watch for, depending on the market conditions. That means I'm a little more limited in terms of chart choices. But the signals, when they come, are crazy accurate. So yeah, same core strategy, two different styles of execution. Binary options gives me speed and volume, Forex gives me depth and flexibility. I use both because they each give me an edge when the timing is right. Now, let's talk about some actual trades, because let's be honest, not all trades are created equal. Some of them are smooth and clean, others, man, they make you sweat. I want to share one of those binary option sessions that I will never forget. It was the first time I hit $50,000, and it all happened on EURUSD. So this, you are looking at that session chart. At first glance, the market looked unstable, kind of all over the place. The MACD was telling me one thing, the RSI was just sitting there like, yeah, nothing's happening. I won't lie, I was confused for a moment. I was like, alright, something's off. But then I noticed the Bollinger Bands. And man, when I saw that clean Bollinger Bands breakout forming an uptrend, that was it. If you've been following me for a while, you already know Bollinger Bands are my favorite indicator. When they confirm a move, I trust them more than anything else. So I saw the setup, I locked in, and the market started moving exactly how I needed to. Along that session, I opened 12 trades, all in the same direction following that trend. And guess what? I won all 12. For each trade, I went in with $3,000. Now, for those who don't know how binary options work, so if I'm right, I get $3,000 back plus around 80% profit, which is around $2,500. And if I'm wrong, I lose the whole $3,000. So yeah, high risk, but with the right signal, the rewards are insane. That session, it was a turning point. It wasn't just about the money, it was the moment I realized my strategy really works under pressure. So at the start of that session, my account was sitting at exactly $14,503.34. And by the time I closed my last trade, after riding that one clean signal with 12 back-to-back wins, I looked at the balance and it said $51,434.55. I had to stare at it for a minute just to make sure it wasn't a glitch or something. That's over $30,000 in a single session. Like one trade setup, one signal, and boom, the most money I had ever made in a single sitting during that entire period. And it wasn't just luck, it was the strategy, the discipline, and knowing when to trust my indicators. That session wasn't perfect, but it reminded me why I trade the way I do. When everything aligns, the risk, the signal, the mindset, things can shift fast. Now, I spent over 100 hours making this video, so if you found it helpful, please give it a like, drop a comment and subscribe. This channel is almost at 200 subscribers and my goal is to hit 1 million. It's a long road, but with your support we'll get there. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.